Hi, I'm Nick.
I'm Lawrence.
Welcome to our show.
Yep.
Well, we're excited to have you back again. It's, it's 2019.
Yep.
It's just flying right by. It's almost February. So welcome back to our second episode of the new year, and we look forward to jumping into our topic right after the break.
Sounds good.
All right. Well,
Okay. Well,
welcome back, Superman.
thanks.
So you got some fancy, some duds on.
Yep.
Tell me what you got going on.
Oh, I was thinking superheroes.
Superheroes?
Yep.
Okay,
And
okay.
thought we could.
I have a feeling I know which one you like the most.
Well, Superman, of course, but there's so many to choose from: DC, Marvel, and then of course there's Disney superheroes.
Right.
I did bring some stuff, kind of some blasts from the past. Kind of a lot of it is a little bit of the Superman collection, but then I've got a few Marvel things that we'll talk about and stuff. But
Well, why don't you take us through what you got?
yep.
Wow.
Nick hasn't seen any of this stuff, so pardon me if I go down here to get all this stuff. He wanted to kind of be surprised this time around.
Yeah, I'm definitely surprised. You got quite a collection. Wow. Okay.
So, let's
Nice.
see. So, I pretty much have some George Reeve Supermans. So, you start off with season 1. I pretty much have all 6 seasons of the Superman. So, the 6 seasons.
Now, this was the Superman that was on television.
This was the television. This was the first television Superman. So, season 1,
Okay.
and then season 2.
Nice.
And then the other 2 box sets that came out were kind of combined to the seasons. So we have season 3 and 4 in color, 1955 and 56 right there,
So season 1 and 2 were in black and white?
black and white. Yep.
Okay.
And then the fifth and sixth season from 57 and 58, 13 episodes per season, and then
Wow. Okay.
some things kind of happened after that, and the show ended up having to be canceled. But Superman really got started in 1938 as a comic book. I have the 80th anniversary magazine that came out last year, and so that was something that was kind of cool.
Okay.
But predating the TV show were the Max Fleischer cartoons from 1941 to 1942.
Now, was Max Fleischer the creator?
He was the well,
Of
not of the original
Okay.
Superman, but these came later under a different illustrator.
Okay.
And then, of course,
So you can go back and
yeah. So then I've got a Superman comic book from 1989,
Okay.
and then this is after the the cartoon series was the first time Superman ever came out, kind of as some short feature films,
Okay.
and so they made about, I think, 30 episodes.
Oh, nice.
And so these are all black and white, went from 1948 until 1950, probably about 16 to 20 minutes long, and then the movie would play
So
after.
these showed before a movie.
These was showed before a movie. And this was the first time any actor, a guy by the name of Kirk Allen, appeared as Superman.
Oh,
And then, of
nice.
course, the TV series followed with a movie that George Reeves was in 51. So this was before that.
Okay.
And then I just recently got this yesterday. I didn't have time to open it yet. So, but it's a 5-film Superman collection with Christopher Reeves in the 4 movies that he was in, and then Superman Returns. Plus, it has bonus features of some of the stuff we already
Nice.
showed you as well.
That was a Christmas present to yourself?
Christmas present. Yeah.
Nice.
So there's that,
Okay.
and then I do a little action figure that I had, kind of small, and then of course the more recent movie that was maybe just a couple years ago, the Batman vs Superman,
Yeah.
and then of course one of my favorite things was superheroes that actually crossed over with non-superheroes as well.
Of course.
And we've got
Especially Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, and Scooby-Doo and Batman together.
Nice.
So that's a little bit of the collection, and then as I said, here's a couple of pictures. This is a picture of the Justice League set with Batman. I mean, it was from the Lego Batman movie, but it's the where Superman lives and he's having a little party and stuff. So this is like a Lego set that my nephew built, and then this other picture is of the Guardians of the Galaxy ship.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You guys built both of those?
Both of those.
Wow. That's fun.
So those are fun, but I love crossovers, and of course I love the Incredible Hulk. And
did you see the Lego Batman movie?
I did, and I've seen that. That's where the like in our picture we showed of the Justice League that came as part of the Lego Batman series. So I kind of when I took the picture, I put Superman right in the front because he wasn't my favorite character. Batman was kind of over here, and then you had Wonder Dog, and you had.
That's kind of how it was in the movie.
Right.
Where they had Superman was the most popular one.
Right.
And then Batman was the kind of like outcast.
Right.
And if you haven't seen the Lego Batman movie, it's actually pretty funny. Along with the other Lego movies too, actually.
I think it's kind of interesting that it's all Legos except for a scene where they show like all the different Batmans over the years, and then they show like the 1960s version of the Batman that we would grow up to see in reruns.
Yeah.
I think there was a line like, in that weird time when it was the 60s and he's kind of doing this.
Yeah.
And it's like a live action scene and.
Oh yeah, right. No, it's fun.
Yeah.
So you brought a lot of cool DC, Superman movies, and I've seen some of these. I probably have seen Batman and Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, so I mean this one is kind of cool because this is a fairly new DVD. Let's see here. I think it came out just last year. But on the bonus features are a couple of the cartoons where it was a crossover.
Yeah.
From the 70s. So.
Okay.
But I think the magazine. I mean, if we talked, because we know who Stan Lee is because he was Marvel, and I'm trying to think. Because this magazine, that's one of the reasons I brought this magazine was because it has so many little cool artifacts, but it would probably tell me who originally did. Let's see here, I'm trying to think who, Jerry and Joe, but I don't know their last names.
Here, Jerry Siegel.
Right, Jerry Siegel, yeah, there we go.
Joe Shuster?
Yeah.
So they were the creators of the original Superman?
Yep, they were the creators of the original Superman.
Cool. So, speaking of Superman, who was your favorite Superman over the years? Did you have one or did you have multiple?
Well, I'm starting to get to like different one before I got some of the newer stuff. It had been a toss-up between George Reeves from the TV series and then, of course, Christopher Reeves. And the thing that's always interesting is people are like, oh, are they related? I'm like, there is no relation.
They're not related.
They're not related, even though they've
That's
got
funny.
I just think it's a rare coincidence.
Yeah.
They both had the last name of spelling for TV and movies, but it seems to be that they were the top people. But it's like in the... and mainly, I guess, like we've said, Superman was my favorite, but I've only gotten into so much stuff as things came in the mail over Christmas and stuff. But watching this one, it was interesting to watch the special features and find out that it was live action and animation because they had problems with the flying technique. So it's supposed to be all live action for this 15 to 20 minute shorts before the theatrical movie. And so every time that Superman would take off, it would all be animation of Superman. Then he'd come back and then it'd be live action. But you'd actually see all these live action backgrounds. So it wasn't even cartoon. So when he took off, the animation would fly over the actual live location. So whatever they were filming in the studio, you'd see like a live building, and then Superman, and then this cartoon would fly over Metropolis.
It's kind of smart. It's a creative way to get around the technological challenges. But
it was George Reeves who actually started being the first person to actually fly, and it started becoming more. But there was some incidents, I think, when they were doing the movie that was actually in the theater before it went to TV. They had wire problems, and so you wouldn't go on the wires and stuff, which is the reason why you won't see too much of Superman flying in that movie. They'll show like a panoramic view of the street from a bird's eye view, but no Superman flying.
They'll show like
Superman
view of him like looking down.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, but part of it was that the wires had broken, and so he wasn't going to do it. When the TV special came along, then it was one of those things where they put him. I think they put him in like a flat pan, and then kind of put poles and stuff so they can make him
look like he was flying.
Look like he was flying. And then of course, by the time Christopher Reeves did it, they went back to wires and they figured out how to do things so people weren't having accidents and all that stuff.
Interesting. Yeah.
And then the rest is kind of history. So I'm hoping to get into the Superman 5 film collection and get into it and listen to commentaries and stuff because that was the last thing I didn't get done before doing the video. But
yeah, I didn't really watch any of the older Supermans, or I actually was never really into comic books, but I I remember seeing the Christopher Reeves versions. Just probably with my parents, in the 80s when they came out. I didn't really like them that much. I don't remember really liking them, but I remember really getting into Superman probably in the late 90s when Smallville came out.
Right.
And so when that was the TV series with with a new Superman who was young and kind of gave his story.
Right.
And it was more realistic, I guess, because it was relatable because he was like a teenager in high school. And it was kind of one of those teen dramas, but so I think that.
Yeah, you kind of brought that up, thinking, when did I? Well, I know that I got into a little bit of superheroes when I was a kid, partly because some of the superhero stuff got my attention when I was 5, watching Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, because he had done a week on superheroes.
Oh, okay.
So he had, and it's funny because in the one of the latest documentary they had done about him last summer, talked about the reason why he did the week because some kid had seen the Christopher Reeves movie and was too young to really concept it and jumped out of the window and hurt himself.
Oh.
And so Fred was like, and somebody sent the newspaper to Fred. He went and did a full week, and that's when I heard about the Incredible Hulk and then Superman. But like you said, with Smallville, even for myself, it wasn't until I was probably a teenager in high school, our summer camp at my church actually did something with had done a kind of a superhero theme in the Christian camp that I'd gone to, and everybody's going to be superheroes, and they'd shown a little clip from the Max Fleischer cartoon in their rules videos of what not to do at the camp, to be modest and all this, follow the rules as Superman. So it was like, okay, no guys in the girls' cabin, vice versa.
Right.
All those little rules, but they took them in the Superman. And so, like, you'd have, like, Jimmy and you'd have Lois and, and Jimmy would say, would you please repeat these rules for me and stuff? And Superman would be like, gladly. So it was fun. So they did that, and they kind of did the whole superhero thing.
That's nice.
Summer of 2000, and that was kind of fun. But
that makes it fun, yeah.
And then, of course, I've had, over the last few years of getting a Superman costume and getting dressed up, I've kind of done a comparison shot, like in this picture where you see me going from George Reeves all the way up to my current picture. That's
a good picture, actually. I've seen you in a lot of different Superman costumes over the years.
I've got a onesie, and then I've got an actual costume, so that makes it fun. And the hat and shirt like I'm wearing today makes it fun for casual trips and stuff.
Yeah, it looks good.
It's fun to wear this stuff when I'm going off to Six Flags. And go and check out the superhero stuff at Six Flags. Yeah. And they've got some really cool. At least in our area, we've got a really cool.
Because are they owned by Warner Brothers, or are they just contracted with the Warner Brothers?
I think they're contracted with Warner Brothers.
Yeah, because they have the Looney Tunes and all the DC comics. Yeah.
Well, all the DC stuff is owned by Warner Brothers, and I think they've been that way since 2006, as far as I know. Well, I know that the early stuff of Superman, from the TV series to they were all under RKO, which was also, related with Disney in the very early years.
Got it.
So I think that their company was RKO, and then as time has gone on, RKO, and at least by the 60s, and why we don't really have any DC stuff between 58 and 1978. There was such a huge gap because people were trying to figure out what to do when two of the actors from the Superman series had passed away.
Yeah.
and there was just such a 20-year gap to figure out what to do. I mean, they tried so many different weird DC superheroes. I think there was like Super Pups, which didn't do so well. And then there was like Superboy, and I've seen some pretty bad, like try to tell. I mean,
but even today, Supergirl. I'm sorry if there's any Supergirl fans out there, but that's not a very good TV show.
I mean, what was in the one from the 40s? It was Spider Lady.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a picture down in the corner.
Lady.
Spider Lady right down
No
here.
relation to Spider-Man?
No relation to Spider-Man. Someday I hope to see a DC and Marvel kind of where they cross their universes. I mean, Marvel has so many different universes that they get.
They do now,
and it gets confusing when they go into their universes. Because it's one thing for Batman and Superman to travel from Gotham to Metropolis. That's not a problem, but then that's where I say, okay, figure out how to take both of them and work together. Warner Brothers versus Disney, creating.
Well, that'll be another episode for us down the road.
Yeah, someday we'll see who makes a film like that or something.
Yeah. Well, we're pretty much out of time for this episode, but so probably going to be a good year for superheroes. We hope you enjoyed our little expose on Superman. I mean, Clark Kent, for those who, we don't want to reveal his secret identity.
Right.
But, so that's it for now. Until next time, I'm Nick.
I'm Lawrence.
And thanks for watching.
See you next time.
All right, bye.
Bye.